Probably need to put Jerry Butler on my MP3 player too. I was gonna talk to y'all, but then Scott Walker and the Walker Brothers come. If you really love him, and there's nothing that I can do. No words, constantly. Yeah, just tell me that we're through. My darling, if this is goodbye. Anybody else love that song? I love that song. I just know I'm gonna cry. So run to him before you start crying too. And make it easy on yourself. Anybody else love that song? I love the shit out of that song. It was the other one that loneliness is a cloak you'll bear. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore. The moon ain't gonna rise in the sky. The sun is, the stars are always there when you're without, lonely without you, baby. Anybody else love that song? I love the Rocker Brothers, man. Well, not all. Even that. There's no regrets. We'd only cry. I mean, he had a good voice. I mean, some songs were better than the others, but damn, they were good. I liked it. And they made me think of other singers that I liked. Yeesh, yeah. And I love me the Rocker Brothers, man. Yup, 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 yup. And then when you think of the sun ain't gonna shine anymore, makes you think of Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Anybody else love that song? Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Everybody love that song, right? And I know, 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 no, I know, I know, I know, leave that thing alone. But ain't no sunshine when she... Anybody else love Bill Withers? I love Bill Withers. Anything else? Use me. Don't you love that one? I just want to spread the news. If it feels this good getting used, why don't you keep on using me until you use me up? Everybody love that song, right? No? No, because, I know my dad's changing, or he always had a little difference in him anyway, because the other day we was out there working, a while ago on the shed, on the patio and stuff, and Whitney came on. If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I'll think of you each step of the way. And how Whitney can sing, right? My Steffi loved Whitney. I love Whitney too. I gave that tape to her when we broke up. Single, I got it at work. But I, will always love you. And Dad's like, she sings it better than I had to explain to him about how Dolly made all. He goes, wait, Dolly didn't make any money? No, Porter Wagner took all the money to it. And then Porter Wagner died, and then Dolly got the things to it, and then she gave it to Whitney, and Whitney blew it up worldwide. It was, well, that's because she sings it better. That's what Dad said. He goes, man, that woman sings so good. He did the same thing with the Christmas songs with Nancy Wilson. He was like, wow, that's been Ella Fitzgerald. And the Christmas songs with that was sad though, because he asked me, he goes, who's that? I go, it's Johnny Mathis, and I was like, wow, because Mom told me their song was 12th and Never, and he forgot. He didn't know. That's why she told me it's very important, Earl. That ain't no way to treat a lady. Listen to this song. Okay, listen to this song, Earl. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No way to treat your baby, your woman, your friend. That ain't no way to treat a lady, no way. But maybe it's a way for us to end. Right, this finally comes funny kind of consolation, keeping me sane. I really like to share it, jump into my brain. It's a really good tune. Guys get very distracted. They got shit to do. Don't expect my every thought to be of you. For I'm a man, and men have things to do, right? I'm proud to be your man, and I love you all I can. But baby, don't be looking in my mind. Women and men have a different perception on the way they have to do things. You got the hunter-gatherer, and then the provider with the and the cooker, and the watching the kidder, and stuff. And so they're very different in their perception of things. Men have a different women and men have a different way they look at things and feel things. Okay. And a lot of you, you feel like, if what was heavenly was taken away from you, you're never going to be able to eliminate what you perceive as incest. Okay. As, people having homes and then, then sexually trying to take advantage. Like the one guy in town that Peggy told me about, having sex with the daughter or whatever that was Down syndrome or something like that. And I said, oh, that's horrible. Was Danny Younger's brother or something like that? I don't know who it was. I can't remember. But she told me, I think that's who it was. But I was like, oh, wow, that's horrible. Poor Danny, that must suck, But it's hard with all that stuff. But that kind of stuff's been happening since tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. That stuff's been happening for thousands of years. Okay? You guys are like Mr. Montalvo, not me. Okay? I didn't set up science projects to defame you and eliminate you as the problem solver of the universe. You did. Okay? You were the ones who set that shit up. I understand, I want my son to be loved the way I was loved by his mother. But the thing is, I never got to be loved by, the ones that I got along with better and were strong, the Ednas, the Michelle, the Miriam, me and Miriam Montalvo, I'll always love that woman. I always love Stephanie, and I'll always love Amy. Okay. They didn't have the self-esteem, and I knew that. But the thing is, a lot of you guys, when I was sitting there painting earlier, I got Antoine LaVey and Michael Aquino, we can't get them to do anything they don't want to do. That's because you're doing bad science projects that are trying to make yourself into the great problem solvers when you don't need to solve problems if you're not the source of the problems. But that's beside the point. But the thing is when, and they say it with the things you can't get them to do anything they don't want to do. Well, all the stuff they did to attack me and try to discredit me and build it themselves came through debt and trespass. Okay, and I would not get involved in debt and trespass. And Rockefeller set everybody up. My mom, he worked for Mo Udall's brother, one of the biggest corporate attorneys west of the Mississippi. Mr. Jensen, the most famous corporate attorney, he set him up. And when I went to court, O'Connor's, Judge O'Connor related to everybody. Anybody that was in power and great and stuff that he could get me around, he did. And they all, Same thing was like your friend Ron Reynolds did this. Everybody, they spin you over and screw you the first chance they get. Okay, and I'll sit there and say, but Bob didn't do that. Punch you. No, but the moment they find out you're right and everybody else is wrong, and they're watching you get fucked to death, do they run to your side and say, hey, my best buddy's right? You guys are all assholes. Bob Cummins didn't do it. Punchy doesn't do it. Jerry doesn't do it. None of your best friends stand up and say he's the Messiah. Yeah. They're all trying to make it like James after the fact, like that one guy in Sierra Vista. It was James who was the Messiah. James, Jesus' brother, that even has the documentation that says, Nilsson's without you. All right. Look, are you sure about that? Okay. He had the kind of gentle message. Herod had his head cut off because he said Jesus was right and you're an asshole. We killed the guy like Moses and David and got stuck with you in fucking Caesar's palace. Hey, everybody bet money. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't think so. It's not true. Okay. You guys knew you were all under surveillance. I knew I was under surveillance. Well, that's how we kept you in check. What's keeping you in check? You're still murdering people over money with science projects and doing pornography instead of delivering people from pornography by delivering us from philanthropy. Seriously. You need a big bag of money if you're going to have sex with Megan Thee Stallion. It's like, who would want to have sex with her if that was the case? Money is genocide. Money, the whole reason we have human sex trafficking all across the world is because of money. You forgive debt and trespass, love one another, faithful peace. It's going to be real hard for people to pull that off. Now, we're still going to have forms of incest and stuff like that, Clifton Clowers. We know that. Okay. And women sitting there saying, you don't be like your dad. Your daddy left, and then taking their sons to bed. We know that's happened for thousands of years. Okay, they have the surveillance evidence to prove it. But you can't hold that against people, and you can't say they were going to be inherently that selfish or evil as you perceive them, because you had them in debt. You had them fighting like hell for everything they need, and then their wants and their needs got confused. Okay, REM, get that rapid eye movement in your sleep. The time to rise has been engaged. Your better best to rearrange, right? I love you guys. Stop being such assholes. I'm tired of solving your problems, but I'll do it because I'm perfect, like Job and Jonah and Jesus.